Hello everyone, myself Kalpana Chaudhary, Department of Chemistry, RBNB College, Srirampur. Today we are going to see the concept of capability of the solute to dissolve in the given solution from the topic solution of 12th standard. Now let us see here, we know that what is meant by solution? Solution means when solute is added in a given solvent, then we will get the solution of that solute. Now let us see here, when initially solute is added in the given solvent, then it dissolves readily. And when we add more amount of solute in the same solution, then here as with increase in amount of solute in the given solvent, the solubility of that solute decreases in the solution and the solution becomes saturated. Solution becomes saturated. That means here what is meant by saturated solution? When more amount of solute is added in the given solvent, then the solubility is get decreased at some time, then that solution is called as saturated solution. And here if we add again some amount of solute in the same solvent, then the particles of that solute are restart to form crystals of that solute. Now here that solution is called as supersaturated solution. That solution is called as supersaturated solution. And in the same solution, when crystals of that solutes are get reformed, that is called as the process of precipitation. The process of precipitation. Now here let us see what is meant by solubility. Now solubility means what? When solute is added in the given solvent, it get dissolves. But what its amount is get dissolved, that is nothing but the solubility of that solute in the solvent. Now let us see what is the definition of solubility. Now here solubility of solute is nothing but its amount per unit volume of standard solution at a specific temperature. That means at a specific temperature, whatever amount of solute is get dissolved in the given solvent, that is called as solubility. That means here from the definition we can write unit of solubility, that is mole per liter, or also we can write mole per decimeter cube with a unit for solubility. Now let us see here, there are some external factors which affects the solubility of the solute in the given solvent. Now let us see the first factor, nature of solute and solvent. Now here we know that when the nature of solute and solvent means what here, if the chemical properties are of solute and solvent, they are similar, then that solute is get readily dissolved in that solvent. Also, we know that one concept like dissolves in like. If solute is polar in nature, then if solvent is polar in nature, then the solute is get readily dissolved in the given solvent. For example, ethanol in water. Ethanol is polar in nature, water is also polar in nature, so ethanol get readily dissolved in the water. And here why this happens, why that polar solvent is get readily dissolved in the polar solvent, that is due to some interactions. What are that interactions? There are three types of interactions are there. Which are that? Solute-solute interactions are there, solute-solvent interactions are there, and solvent-solvent interactions are there. And due to these interactions, that polar solutes are get readily dissolved in the polar solvent. For example, if we consider the solubility of that NaCl in water, then Na plus and Cl minus ions, they are having ion-ion interactions. Then also there exist ion dipole interactions, and also there exists hydrogen bonding due to water as a solvent. And hence here, if solute is polar in nature, solvent is polar in nature, then solubility of solute in that polar solvent is greater. Now here like that, if solute is non-polar in nature and also solvent is non-polar in nature, then non-polar solute get readily dissolves in the non-polar solvent. For example, cholesterol dissolves in benzene. Cholesterol is non-polar in nature, benzene is also non-polar in nature, so cholesterol is get readily dissolved in benzene. And here next factor we will see effect of temperature on solubility. Now generally if that temperature of the solution is increased, then solubility of the solute in the given solvent increases. But here there are two types of reactions exist, endothermic reactions and exothermic reaction. Now here when KCl dissolves in water, that is the endothermic reaction, and when any substance that dissolves in water, that reactions are exothermic in nature. But here in exothermic type of reactions, if temperature is increased, then solubility of the solute decreases, and hence we can say that exothermicity and endothermicity is not the criteria to get dissolved solute in the given solvent. For example, when calcium chloride dissolves in water, the reaction is exothermic, and when ammonium nitrate is dissolved in water, the reaction is endothermic, and hence exothermicity and endothermicity is not the criteria for any solute to get dissolved in the given solvent to prepare its solution. And hence here generally we are saying that with increase in temperature, solubility of the solute in the given solvent increases. Now here let us see variation of solubilities of some ionic solids with temperature. Now here if we plot solubility versus temperature for some ionic salt, then here it is observed that, let us see here, sodium bromide, sodium chloride and potassium chloride, its solubility in the given solvent that slightly changes or slightly increases with increase in temperature. And here if we see the next type of ionic compounds, that is potassium nitrate, sodium nitrate and potassium bromide, with increase in temperature, the solubilities of potassium nitrate, sodium nitrate and potassium bromide that appreciably increases with increase in temperature. And here next one if we see solubility of sodium sulfate, solubility of sodium sulfate that decreases with increase of temperature. That means here with increase in temperature, that variety of solubility of the ionic compounds in the given solvents are observed. And here if the solute is present in the gaseous state, then there is no higher increase in the solubility of that gas with increase in temperature takes place. Now let us see the next factor which affects the solubility of the solute in the given solvent, that is effect of pressure on solubility. Now here if solutes are present in solid and liquid state, then there is no any appreciable change with increase of pressure, because solid and liquid are not compressible in nature. But when solute is present in the form of gaseous state, then with increase in pressure, the solubility of the gas in the given solvent increases. And that is explained by one of the law, and that law is called as Henry's law. Because here when that solute is present in the gaseous state, then solubility of the solute present in gaseous state is directly proportional to the pressure over that solution. That means here if S be the solubility, then that is directly proportional to the P, and P is nothing but pressure of the gas present in the solution. And hence here we can write that equation as solubility S is equal to KH into P, where that KH is proportionality constant and we can write that equation KH is equal to S upon P. KH is equal to solubility divided by pressure of the gas. Now here, if we see, if that solubility is expressed in terms of mole per liter and if pressure is expressed in terms of bar, then units for KH that are nothing but mole per liter per bar. What is the unit of KH? That is proportionality constant, or that is also called as Henry's constant. That unit is mole per liter per bar. Now here, most of the solution that obeys Henry's law. But here, one of the example if we see, when ammonia dissolves in water, then here we get formation of NH4 plus ion, that is ammonium ion and hydroxyl ion. And here when CO2, carbon dioxide, that is dissolved in water, then here we get formation of H2CO3. Now both this solution, when ammonia dissolved in water and carbon dioxide dissolved in water, that does not obey Henry's law, because here with increase of pressure the solubilities of such both the solutions, ammonia and carbon dioxide, that decreases, and hence they does not obey Henry's law. And so here we will stop. Thank you.